Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Gear Dump. Basically a little mini series I'm doing on a bunch of gear that I have. It's not really reviews, just showing you different stuff I have, different products that maybe you might like or some that you might not. And just basically what I've done is take apart all of my gear bags, unload them all, and then begin to sort everything. And so I thought, well, while it's all sorted, I'll go ahead and show you all of these different categories of things, and we will go ahead and go on with that. Show you all these different categories of things. And so next is saws, axes, and machetes. I don't have a whole lot of any of these, so that's why I'm throwing them all together. And I'll usually kind of start with the cheaper stuff. One of my first folding saws was about a $7 Walmart brand. And as you can tell probably, is that it's never been used. I stuck it in a bag and never broke it out. Knox, lay down, buddy. Lay down. Over there, lay down. Oh boy. So it for a $7 saw, you know, if you don't want to pay for a silky, and there's a huge water bug crawl. That's nasty. That's sick. Well, I've used it now, and it is a great roach killer. But if you don't want to buy some silky or Corona or something that's a little bit more, but not a lot, maybe you'll rarely ever use a saw. But this has pretty aggressive, sharp teeth, and it's not real flimsy for a $7 saw. And like I said, I've never used it, but it would probably hold up fairly decent. Well, the next one I purchased was the famous Baco Laplander. It's probably a 20, if I remember right, it's $20, and it does a good job. It does a good job. It's not super aggressive teeth on it. I'm not sure if you can order separate blades. Anyway, it's comfortable. It's small and very packable. And usually on stuff that's green and black and stuff that would blend in, if I drop it, I usually throw a orange cordage on it of some type. And so there's the Baco Laplander. And if you get the certain package, it may be $5 or $10 more. I think maybe just $5 more for $25 or $27. You'll also get this Mora style Baco knife. It looks just like a Mora, and but it is made by Baco, and sometimes you can get that with the Baco Laplander. The third saw I purchased was this Corona, and I'd eyeballed these once at Home Depot. I was doing some yard work. I don't know the name brand or the model of this, but it's just a Corona. But you can see these at Home Depot or online, and it's obviously got a larger blade and very aggressive teeth, and the blade has a lot more curve than the other ones, and so that gives you a little more bite coming around a saw or a log. It works really well. I eyeballed them, and then I seen PM101 do a little review on them, and he loved them, so I went ahead and purchased one. It's about $15, if I remember correctly, about $15. And then finally I broke down and purchased a Silky Gomboy. Anybody in the bushcraft world will know about the Gomboy just as much as the Baco Laplander. But really impressed with it. You can tell it's quality made. Very aggressive teeth, and you can change out different types of blades depending on what you're doing. It's really comfortable, and I've used it just a little bit so far. Next trip I'm going on, I plan on taking this one with me. And again, that is a Silky Gomboy. I wanted to purchase a Silky Big Boy, and I just didn't want to spend the money, seeing that I already had a number of saws that even some of them I hadn't used very much. So I got something a little bigger than these folding saws, and I didn't want to spend the money on another Silky, so I bought this Fiskars saw. And actually later on, I believe it was in one of the seasons of Alone, History Channel's Alone, they chose this as their survival saw. And obviously you can tell I've not used it. Maybe I did use it a little bit. But anyway, extremely aggressive teeth, very sharp, and it seemed like it would be a good saw with the curvature in the blade. So a good limmer and a small amount of wood processing. And with that, I'm going to bring you one of my oldest saws. So you can tell it's been rusted. But I don't know what brand this is, but it was made in Sweden. And it's basically one you'll pick up at the hardware. Very common saw. And I'm not real fond of this design because you can't saw through really deep wood or really thick branches. But it works out fairly well. And obviously you can roll a log in order to saw around it. But that's just an old school saw that I used to carry camping. I guess we'll start with this Gerber. It is a Gerber Gator machete. You've probably seen those at Academy Sports or online. They do not come sharp. Not sharp at all. I mean, that it's really not sharpened to any degree. And I've used this some, even though it wasn't sharpened. I haven't taken the time to do it. I need to sharpen all of my machetes. And it seemed to do okay, even not sharpened. I tried the saw blade on it and did quite a bit of sawing with it. Don't buy this if you're buying it for the saw blade. Saw blade does not work very well. It looks a lot better than the typical saw blade on the back of a knife or a machete, but it does not saw very good at all. That's why you carry a saw with you. But that is the Gerber Gator. It's about a 15 or 16 inch blade. Finally, the trusty Tramontina, made in Brazil. Very common and very inexpensive. You'll pay about $5 to $6 for the smaller one. And they come decently sharp. You can use them without sharpening them. You could probably go ahead and put a little bit more of an edge on them. But really like them. They're pretty tough and they've got a good grip on them. And this one, I believe, is about 14 inches. And then I purchased a second one for about $7. And it is about 21 inches. And same kind of design. And again, $5, $7. And one that I've had for years is this Tramontina. Not the typical wood handle, but still pretty decent. And it is about a 24-inch blade. And that's it for the machetes. So next I want to show you the axes. First one is this little Collins axe. Wrapped paracord around the handle, give a little more grip to it. But it's very similar to the Norland design, and I just like that style. I've obviously got to fix the handle. It's held in with nails right now. I've got to take that apart and reattach it, put some new spacers in there, or wedges. But the Collins holds an edge really well. I don't know about the steel, what it's made out of, but seems like a pretty good quality axe. And I like the handle style on it as well. Next one I got is this no-name camp axe. Kind of a medium size axe. There's no brand on it that I can tell. Some of you may recognize the style. That doesn't look very common. I haven't seen a lot with that little set right there. Usually they look like that. This one I got from my dad, and this one I found at a garage sale for, I think, $5. And pretty good little camp axe. And then finally, I've got this Norland. It's a double bit, and I traded some old knives that I never used to my nephew, and for the Norland. And what's neat is it comes with its original case, which has been left out in the weather, I'm assuming, and you're not going to be able to see it, but there is a Norland or logo right in the corner there. So it's kind of neat to have the original case to it. You can see the Norland logo there. And it's in fairly good condition. Doesn't look like it's been abused. The handle's in good shape. I was glad to find that, and that my nephew is willing to trade me. And that's it, guys, for the saws, folding saws, machetes, and axes. Just some stuff that I have. I'm pretty content with everything. Obviously, I would love to have a Granfors Brooks, but really, what would I not be able to do with this? So I don't see the sense in buying something extremely expensive when I've got stuff that would already do that same task. But you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money. You can find a lot of good deals at garage sales, or even people that you know that may not use the stuff and may be willing to trade or give it to you, so, or sell it. But anyway, this is just the gear that I have in this particular category. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.